And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. We're live here at the historic Laurel Park paddock as we get ready for the three-day race weekend here. It's a little hot today. It was a little hotter earlier this week. I know you've been outside all week, probably up there at Caves Valley for the Senior Open up there.
I was up there, yeah.
Not as hot today. I think we'll be all right this weekend.
No, and I think there's some threatening skies around this Baltimore-Washington area. I know we had some rain to the north of us this morning, so we may get some showers through the course. And I think Saturday and Sunday things cool down a little bit. Still a little bit muggy right now, though, Stan.
A little muggy. Handicap for fast and firm. And we have a nice carryover for you today to get the weekend going. How about our late pick five today, starting in race 6? Nice carryover, a little over $8,200 in today's late pick five carryover that starts race 6. And as always, has that industry low 12% takeout. So that'll get played well. That's a tough first leg. It's a nice maiden special weight for 2-year-olds, a bunch of well-bred first-timers in there. Race 6 to kick off that late pick 5. We have a video spotlight of one of the runners in there for Jerry Robb. One more great time. So I'm looking forward to the late pick 5 today. I know you have a ticket. I have a ticket. Everybody. Last time we had a big carryover in the late pick 5, they put about $93,000 new money into it.
Yes, they did. So do not fall asleep at the wheel on this bet. It's a great bet, low takeout. And it's a nice little sequence of races. I know I've got a single in the last. Going to try to rely on Kieran to get
bull.
it done.
They can't beat the bull. I'm singling on the bull too.
Yeah. You kind of ride it out to him, but it's some spread. Leading into that race, you've got to spread a little bit to get there.
All right, so that's today. We'll tell you about today. 10 live races today. We have 6 races, big fields on our world-class turf course. So that's today. We have 11 live races for you tomorrow, 7 races on our turf tomorrow, 3 stake races for you tomorrow. Oh, what a super stake Saturday it's going to be. Catch the Mid-Atlantic's hottest racing with 3 exciting stake races. We have a couple Maryland-bred stakes, the Caveat Stakes for Maryland-breds. That'll be race 3 on Saturday. And then the Pearl Necklace Stakes for 3-year-old Maryland-bred fillies. That's race 5 tomorrow. So the Maryland-bred stakes, they're both $75,000 added. Then we have a nice open stake, the feature of the day, the Stormy Blues Stakes. That's race 10 tomorrow, $100,000. A nice field of 3-year-old fillies in there. 3-year-old fillies sprinting on the turf. We have 9 in there. That's a lot of speed in that race. Should be a competitive race. So 3 nice stake races tomorrow.
Nice job by the office again, and looking forward to all 3 of the stakes races, kind of glancing at the Pearl Necklace. We were talking about it a little bit before the show. You've got My Sister Sledge coming in here. First time in the Trombetta barn. Lasix going long. Might have a little advantage. Some speed types stretching out with Haley's Flip. You've got Riley's Choice, the daughter of Shared Account. What's she going to do? But My Sister Sledge, I think she skipped the Jamila. She passed on that race, if I'm not mistaken, and going to go on the Pearl Necklace.
I like her. I picked her on top. Okay. We caught up with Trainer Mike. It'll be the first start in the new barn here for Trainer Mike Trombetta. She's a Maryland-bred. She was running well down there at Gulfstream. She had a nice win 2 starts ago going along on the turf down there at Gulfstream. A good 4th against Stakes Company most recently down there. So the first start in the new barn here for Trainer Mike Trombetta. I like My Sister Sledge. Let's see what Trombetta had to say yesterday morning here about his Maryland-bred filly, My Sister Sledge, in the Pearl Necklace tomorrow here at Laurel.
Well, the filly's kind of new. The guy that had these horses down in Florida, a couple of them were Maryland-bred, so he decided to bring them on up this way. And she's been training good. I think she'll do a little better on the turf than she's done on the dirt breezing. She kind of has mediocre breezes, but she's trained well. She's very forward, and hopefully in here she'll run good.
All right, so that's Trainer Mike Trombetta. Trombetta having a solid meet. He's in the top 5. He's your second leading trainer with 8 wins this summer, 2 wins behind our leading trainer, Kieran McGee. So Trombetta on a roll. The rider here, Forest Boy, she's been on a roll the past couple weekends, especially on the turf. So, and we'll get a nice price on this filly because the Riley's Choice will take money. Phase the Nation will take some money. I think the offspring of Etched, My Sister Sledge by Etched, they all came out very big. They're all getting better as they get older,
Right.
and they run farther. So I like the breeding here of the two, My Sister Sledge. Phase the Nation, another male, so it's all Maryland breds here in the Pearl Necklace. Phase the Nation by Cal Nation out of a Malibu Moon mare for trainer Phil Schoenthal. And how honest is she? A 6-time winner already as a 3-year-old. 6 wins from 13 starts. She's stretching out in distance and getting back to the turf now. So 2 big question marks about Phase the Nation.
Yeah, no doubt about it. She draws outside. You got to put a line through her lone turf start. Had a little trouble with the break. Wasn't going to make up ground that day. Has some speed types kind of go on. It'll be interesting to see how she stretches back out. I do think My Sister Sledge is the one to beat. I'm very intrigued of how Riley's Choice is now going to transition to the turf.
She has Riley's Choice with a couple nice works up there at Sagamore Farm for the comeback race. We caught up with trainer Phil Schoenthal, though, yesterday morning talking about his 3-year-old filly, Phase the Nation, looking for career win number 7 in the Pearl Necklace tomorrow.
Well, she's, just obviously ran a real good race, and 3-year-old Maryland bred fillies, your opportunities to run in black type of races, are kind of few and far between. There's a couple of them here this summer, so we want to take the advantage of the short field, take a shot and see what happens. Well, I was happy she drew the outside. She's had some gait issues in the past, and so she'll be the last horse to load and not have to stand in there too long, I hope. And I think that there's some speed in there coming out of turf sprints and sprinting races, so I think she'll probably sit right off of them, and hopefully we'll have horses at the quarter pole to keep on going.
All right, so Phase the Nation, 6-1 morning line. Steve Hamilton should get a good outside stalking trip. There's a bunch of question marks in this race. Question marks with Phase the Nation. Question mark with Riley's Choice coming off the layoff. Lucky in Malibu stretching out on the turf. Betty G stretching out. She's like to win a maiden, but a good second to Chubby Star last August. Michael Dickinson will have She's Like to Win ready to go. Haley's Flip stretching out, trying the turf for the first time. So a bunch of question marks in here. The public's going to have a hard time figuring out who to bet in the Pearl Necklace, so whoever you like, you're going to get a nice price.
Should be okay. Should get a square price even on the favorite. I do think, what do I have her, about 2-1, 5-2, My Sister Sledge. I think she'll settle in that range, which is okay. She's proven it the distance.
Yes.
She had a little trouble last time. The Lasix goes on. She keys up against the right horses. If she's worse than second, I would be surprised. I mean, she looks like she fits perfectly against this group.
All right, so the Pearl Necklace and the caveat for Maryland breds, and then we have the Stormy Blues for you tomorrow. 3 stake races on our big 11-race program for you tomorrow. So hope you can join us here on a Super Stake Saturday. Let's show you the carryovers again here. We're going to have a little carryover in the Rainbow Pick 6. That starts race 5 today on the 10-race program, a little shy of 800. And there, then the big carryover of the day, starting race 6, late pick 5 with that industry low 12% takeout, a little over 8,200 today in that late pick 5 carryover. So make sure you jump into that. That starts race 6. Let's show you the weather conditions and the track conditions here today at Laurel Park. We'll be fast and firm all weekend long here. Hopefully we'll keep the storms away. There's a couple isolated chance of storms here this weekend. We'll keep the rain away and hopefully be fast and firm. We're in the high 80s, mostly sunny, not as hot as earlier this week, so hopefully we'll have beautiful weather conditions here for a big weekend of racing.
Yeah, well, hopefully this rain hold off till this evening. Get a little dousing, cool it down for tomorrow, and a really, really good weekend on tap at Laurel Park.
All right, well, let's get right to it here in the opener. My best bet is in the opener today. Race 1 kicks off the early pick 5 here in the opener. And the early pick 5, like that late pick 5 with that industry low 12% takeout. Early pick 5 also is always a mandatory payout, so you can catch some big payouts here in this early pick 5. It always starts race 1. Also race 1 today, every race with 7 or more betting interest. We have the rolling super high 5 here at Laurel, also with that low 15% takeout. And no carryover starting in the first race. But if they don't hit it in the opener, that carryover will go to the second race. So 15% takeout here on the rolling super high 5. Every race with 7 or more horses in it. Let's get right to the opener here. Claiming 15,000, 3 and up. Wide open, no conditions. We're going a flat mile on the Kelso turf course with the rail at 35 feet. And my best bet of the day, let's take a look here. Prime Time Man, 4-year-old by Sensational for trainer Chucky Lawrence. Here's his win early May at Laurel Park on a soft, yielding turf course going a mile. This was against a 16,003 Life Company. He came from way off the pace, was 5 wide around the far turns, going to get up in the sky blue and yellow colors of Matthew Shera, going to get up in the final strides here with Jevion Toledo aboard. So a nice win here against 16,000, 3 Life Company. After this win, he would go to Delaware early June against Open 12-5 Company. A nice win up there. He got a 77 buyer, and that win we just showed you, 79 buyer with the win up at Delaware. I think this 4-year-old's going in the right direction. You look at his form from last year. He won at Ellis Park on the turf last year against Allowance Company, a good third on the turf at Saratoga last year, and a good third on the turf at the Meadowlands. So this is a nice runner. Victor Carrasco, your leading rider, and if I can get 3-1 on my best bet, I love it. I love the 10 Primetime Man.
I had a little trouble, lining. He could be a little bit lower, no doubt about it. Loves the distance, 4 for 6. He is the one to beat, and I like how they've kind of held him at this level. Right. His confidence is back. He's in really good form. That last out, the 2-back race, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm sorry, the last out. 4 next out winners out of that race.
Delaware race.
At Delaware. Really, really strong key race for Primetime Man. Beat Mr. Benz 2 races back in that comeback race. He's held form for Schoenthal now. But I'll take a shot with R. Emerald Forest. I think you might get a little bit better price for this first-time runner for Hugh McMahon. Had a chance to watch his horse twice now, Hugh did. He went ahead and stepped in and grabbed him last time. He's tactical. There's some speed to run at. I think he gets first run at the speed. The 3 Love to Prospect will go out. Almost pulled a major upset last time at 26-1. My vet's a genius, though, coming off the sprints. We'll go ahead and force the issue. Ira Emerald Forest gets first run. Can he hold off Primetime Man? He's going to have to dig in, golf the game to do it. And Top Prospect, he is in good form, and so as the shipper, Nygon Express. A good little competitive race.
Sure is.
Primetime Man, clearly, though, Stan, you're right. He is the horse to beat. I don't see, any excuse why, you've got him best bet of the day. Nygon Express, Tim Kreiser comes in. He's done well in Maryland the last several years, holds at about 15%. And you see who he beat last time. He got a similar trip as what he's going to get today. Big Joe Candy's a horse that ran competitively here, I believe, for Allowance last summer, or high 35, condition 3 in life. So can't throw him out either. So 6-10-1-5 for me. Cut it up. I'm going to have to box those horses, though, to get it done.
It's a nice group of runners, and you get the Hall of Famer Edgar Prado aboard, our Emerald Forest there, your top pick. I respect that one. I use that one in my top 3. It's a good group there in the opener, going a mile on the Kelso to kick off the early pick 5. My best bet, the 10 Primetime Man in race 1. Let's turn the page, race 2, to start our early pick 4. 3 pick 4s for you this afternoon, starting races 2, 4, and then race 7 for that late pick 4. We're on the main track here for race 2, going 7 furlongs, claiming 5,000, everyone 2 lifetime. Let's take a video spotlight here on the 4, the Iron Bank. 6-1 today with Steve Hamilton aboard.
Yeah, we're going to go back to his most recent race, June the 18th at Laurel Park, on a day where you really kind of didn't want to be on the rail. I know we had a stretch of that a few months ago. It's kind of even back out. But this was a day particular that it wasn't great. This horse took a lot of pressure. Good silent internals, 22-2, 46 flat. He kind of almost shakes clear at the quarter pole stand. But it just couldn't hold on late. I like the way this horse holds on well. There's a little clear move at the 3/16. But R. Lucifer's going to come on the outside and wear him down. This horse gives way grudgingly. That's good enough, guys. I know we're on a little bit of a time restraint this afternoon. There is not a lot of speed in this race. It's not a familiar distance with these horses stand. A lot of them go 7. I think he's hedging back into better form with some questionable form like Hail the General dropping, Irish handcuffs off some time. I think the Iron Bank is ready, to go and run one of his bigger races today at this distance. I like a stalk and pounce kind of move for him.
All right, I overlook him. I guess I was just wondering, can he get to 7 furlongs? He'll be forwardly placed, probably be right there, maybe in front, turnover home with Steve Hamilton aboard. So I overlooked that runner. I go with the 6, Hail the General, for the red-hot connections of jockey Katie Davis and Hugh McMahon. They're a nice 25% together, positive ROI. They've scored with a bunch of nice price winners here recently. Hail the General on the dirt, a good, not a very good effort last out, but that was against 12-5, 2 Life Company. Showed speed that day up there at Delaware and got tired, finished 5th. Now a big drop here to the maiden nickel. I think this is the right move. Forget about the turf race 2 starts ago. That was a good effort 3 races ago at Pimlico in the mud against 16,000 2 Life. A good 4th that day. Let's see if Hail the General, who trains here at Laurel Park for Hugh McMahon at this nickel 2 Life level, with Katie Davis
Yeah.
aboard, I think will be right there.
Yeah, he just scares me here on this big drop. I expected a little bit more last time out at Delaware. Didn't get it done at 12.5. Wasn't a real tough race. Humboldt Street, kind of a grinding type of runner. If you like the 4, I guess you got to use the 8 a little bit. They come out of races, and Humboldt Street's kind of got the best of the Iron Bank. I think Iron Bank turns the tables on him. Champions Dinner is interesting. It's 2 fast races. You got to go back to Santa Anita.
Yep.
We're good. Would bury this field. Obviously, he's not in that kind of form right now. Turf to dirt and a big drop for Potts. Barn doing okay, though, Wayne Potts. Everything he's kind of sending out is running pretty well. So I do fear the 2 Champions Dinner on the drop. But let's take a price shot with the 4, the Iron Bank.
I throw a 5 in there, 10 to 1 for the exact. The Ethan's Escapades with the 7-pound apprentice Carlos Carrasco aboard for Lacey Gaudet. Just forget about that last race. Didn't break very well. Got in trouble around the far turn. This horse had a nice debut win last March, and then they ran him too high, probably maybe against 25, no good. Didn't like turf. Last race had trouble.
Yeah.
So he's had excuses his last 3 races. At this level, I think the 5 could show up. Nice lightweight assignment of 112 with the Bug Boy aboard.
Looks kind of like a give up, but you know what? He only ran a top buyer of a 45. That's about what wins these races.
Yep.
So he's at the right level. Irish Handcuffs, another one. Had the big win prior to the layoff, breaking the maiden in the slop. Was that a slop-induced number? We don't know. He's got one other race on the page, 1 or 2 that puts him into the mix. I think he'll be okay. It's kind of a lot of question marks in race 3. And like I say, not a familiar distance for these horses. Tough little call, but Iron Bank.
All right, maybe
Tepid shot.
Maybe spread deep a little bit there in race 2 for those early multi-race wagers like the early pick 5. And race 2 is going to kick off the early pick 4. Let's turn the page. Race 3. We get back out to the turf course, going 5.5 furlongs on the Fort Marcy with the rail at 87 feet. This is a nice 25,000 starter allowance, optional claiming 25,000. And we have a video spotlight here on the 1. Sister Says, very good effort last out at 35 to 1 against Virginia Breds in the M. Tyson Gilpin.
Yeah, coming out of the gate here, 8 of 10. And I like the ride. You can get a roll of guys. I like the break. Steve Hamilton just goes ahead and lets this horse settle in the stride. A bigger field, a 10-horse field. And he says, you know what? You girls go ahead and do what you got to do up front. But I'm just going to draft on over, settle this filly into a nice little stride. And she really responded from this kind of a ride. She got some pace help up front. That was the Northern Eclipse that was on the lead for Hugh McMahon. He came back to run a big race at a short price. But watch this coming past the 8th pole. I like the way this filly kind of goes ahead, splits horses, shifts out late, and a really good finishing punch the last 16th of a mile. Gets her to level off nicely. Do I think she's going to be that far back today, Stan? I don't think so. You look at those internals, 21 and 2, 44. Yeah, the course was pretty firm and quick that afternoon. But against this kind of field, I think she's got a nice little drop-in class. She'll settle a little bit closer. Immediate speed to her outside, which will allow her to get into position into the far turn. Sister Says, looks awfully tough. I know you did a nice little interview, and he had commented positively, Tim Keefe, about this filly leading into the Tyson Gilpin.
Yep. So I like her. She's going to have to overcome that inside post, but she comes from behind, so maybe Hamilton just takes back and tries to find a clear running lane, turning for home. So hopefully Sister Says can get a nice trip. My top pick looks like we're in agreement here in race 3, 1, 9, 10, 3. Cold Superfecta here for you in the third race. The 3 on the 9 on the outside, La Moret for the Hall of Famer King Leatherberry, Javion Toledo aboard. Good second last out at this level. Should get a very good stalking trip from the outside
she
today.
Gets a great trip, absolutely. She'll probably get the jump on Sister Says, rounding back into form for trainer King Leatherberry. Yeah, she stalks. Immediate speed, dead towards the inside with the 2 Fireheart. I think she is the speed of the speed, but La Moret will make a move in around the turn. She'll probably catch up to her, I think, turning for home. And then Misty on point, a little bit of a question mark. I like how she was able to win her debut. We haven't seen her since November. Third place finisher in that debut win, Storm and Babe, was a winner back in April, breaking the maiden at Santa Anita with a mid-60 number. I think she fits perfectly in here, fresh off of a layoff with Karamanos.
All right, nice little turf sprint there. And the third, both Keith and I on the 1, Sister Says. Let's take a look here at race 4. Race 4 kicks off the middle. Pick 4 going 6 furlongs on the main track, claiming 5,000, 3 and up, the old-fashioned wide-open nickel. My price play of the day here, 6 to 1 on the 2, Slew's Love for trainer Charlie J. Hadry. Taking a drop in class here today for the 6-year-old gelding by Not for Love. He's a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. His last race was no no good against open 11,000 company. The two turf sprints didn't go very well. He's 0 for 7 on the turf. At this level, on the dirt, he gets the top rider, Horacio Caramanos, aboard. Caramanos was on this horse last time he won. That was last April against Nickel for Life Company when he came from way off the pace to win, going 5.5 furlongs. So I think he'll like this 6 furlong distance today with Caramanos, and we'll get a decent price.
Yeah, and that's why we're going to have to maybe will him to get over the top stand. He's 0 for 11 at distance, where you look at the one Honor Commitment, 5 for 8. Really likes the 6 furlongs. But Slew's Love holds the value. Anytime you see him for that nickel, he's solid. I'm going to throw a line to the last race. He was really kind of hung out wide into some quick internals, flattened out a little bit after making a run in upper stretch. The drop down is good enough. I'm going against the speeds. I'm going against the 5 Bezad's Pride and the 7 Pomeroy's Package, both with suspect speed. I think they burn each other up on the front end. That sets it up for the 2 Slew's Love or the 4 Saturday Sunshine or the 1 Honor Commitment. Saturday Sunshine, I think, expect a bigger effort today. Little trouble last time, first time in the barn for Kieran McGee.
I like it. 6-1 on the 2 Slew's Love. We're in agreement there for the open nickel in race 4. Let's get a commercial break. When we come back, pick 6 starts race 5 today. The big late pick 5 with that nice carryover, a little over 8,200 in the late pick 5 carryover. That starts with race 6. We'll talk about all that when we come back.
The best bets at Laurel Park are the pick 5s, and we have 2 of them. The early pick 5 starts in race 1 and is a mandatory payout. The late pick 5 is the last 5 races of the day and has carryover potential. Both pick 5s at Laurel Park have an industry low 12% takeout. The pick 5s at Laurel Park, your best bet.
Welcome back today at the races presented by Fidelity First here at the Laurel Park Paddock. I'm Stan Salter, Keith Fustel, as we get you ready for the 3-day race weekend. Nice carryover today here on our program. We have 10 live races for you, 6 races on our world-class turf course. Nice carryover in the late pick 5. That starts race 6, a little over 8,200. But first, let's start with the pick 6 here, the Rainbow Pick 6. Starts in race 5 today, carryover $773. Nice little carryover to get you going here. They'll put about 4,000, maybe more on our big card today in the pick 6. It starts here in race 5. This is a 25,000 starter allowance, going 5.5 furlongs on the Kelso turf course with the rail at 35 feet. And I'm going to go with the 6, Joseph, my top pick here. I think this Maryland bred for trainer Rodney Jenkins getting a big class relief today, dropping out of those 2 other thens to this starter allowance to a 3 Life Company. Steve Hamilton stays aboard. He's been aboard the last few races. It was a good effort 2 starts ago. He came with a late rally, finished 5th, beating less than a length against 2 other than company, Spartianos, Giacomo Song, Lanier, the runners in there. There were some tough customers. So this guy, he's been running in better company. I think he'll enjoy the class relief today, and he'll be coming from off the pace on the outside.
Yeah, he and Easy River, kind of similar running styles. Joseph used to have a little bit more speed, but he looks like he's lost a little step. They went awfully quick last time. With a better break, he'll be in range. But, suspect form. Easy River, Joseph. They're dropping in class. They face much better. Would not shock me in the least if either one of them was there. This is really a tough race to single on any kind of horse. I'll take a shot with the 5, I Shot the Sheriff. He looks to me like the speed of the speed. I'm not sure what to do with the 4 High 5 Cotton. Interesting move for Perkins, moving dirt to turf and holding really good form now. Lasix back on. He's moving up. I Shot the Sheriff, though. The 2-back try when he was on the turf down at Gulfstream is good enough, I think. Apache Brave is a third, came back to run third in a 3-year-old stake, and then followed up with some good numbers versus older horses, high 70 buyers. I think I Shot the Sheriff. Kibitsky comes in, he means business, right to the front, wire to wire for the 5.
We're going to run for Jason McCutcheon today. Those two,
is he? Okay.
Those two, they work together a little bit here. How about they're bringing Dean Sarvis into town?
Yeah, well, I think that might have been late rider change, Stan. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, Acosta.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
we're
going to go
changing
JD.
to JD Acosta.
Yeah.
I thought.
I saw that. I was going to say,
see the
return
how old
of.
is he now? Dean,
I don't know.
He's been around for a
It's
while,
been a while,
having a good year. 23% winners on the year. Dean Sarvis 55 wins on the year. But all right, so rider change on the 5. I Shot the Sheriff, make it our local guy, J.D. Acosta, will ride the 5. And, yeah, he'll have a lot of early speed from the get-go. I like him and respect him. I'll use him second.
Yeah.
Is there any other speed in here? Maybe the 4 high 5 Cotton that can maybe soften him up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, I think him, or maybe the 7, the great Ronaldo, who has shown flashes some speed. But I do think, Acosta can get these horses out of the gate. It's going to be his race to lose, I believe, on the front end. Does he have, enough punch? Late, is he going to have enough? I don't know, but I think he can sneak away and relax. He gets away with a little bit of a softer second quarter. I think he can get it done.
Okay, all right. So nice turf sprint there to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6 and race 5. Let's turn the page here. Race 6 is going to kick off the big carryover of the day. The late pick 5 today, carryover a little over 8,200, and our pick 5 carryover has that industry low 12% takeout. That's more money back to you, the better. Last time we had a sizable carryover in the late pick 5. They put over 90,000 new money into it. So don't sleep on this bet today. Jump in. It starts in race 6, and what a nice maiden special weight race this is for a bunch of well-bred 2-year-olds, bunch of first-time starters in here. We're going 5 furlongs on the main track. We have a video spotlight of a horse I picked second here, the 10, One More Great Time. Let's take a look here at his debut performance June 17th here at Laurel Park. He's a 2-year-old by Great Notion. He went off 11-1 against Maiden Special Weight Company for Jerry Robb in the debut. Cheese On was the winner that day. One More Great Time had to come 4 wide, had a little made a little contact at the 8th pole. But it's still a good second here. He beat the horse that was third by 2 1/4 lengths, Old Time Revival. That horse is back in this race as well. I thought a very useful debut. He was second in a tough race by Great Notion. I like the Great Notions around here. And Maryland, your leading rider, Victor Carrasco, stays aboard to get a nice outside post. He'll stay out of trouble. I like him. I pick him second, though, in this race, as I think the 2, Barry Lee. I don't like the inside post, but Horacio De Paz has been on a roll here for these Sagamore Farm horses, and he's 31% with debut winners here. Horacio De Paz, 31% with a positive ROI. So I'll go with the 2, Barry Lee on top. Violence is a young sire by Medaglia d'Oro, trained by Todd Pletcher. He was a Grade 1 winner. He won the cash call for Fraternity. The Damn Light of a Star, she was a 12-time winner for over $140,000. This horse, Barry Lee, with 2 older siblings, they've both made over $80,000. So some decent pedigree. How about the work tab? Bullet Works jumping all over the place at you here on the work tab. You get Fergal Lynch. I don't like the inside post, but lots of other stuff to like here on the 2, Barry Lee.
Yeah, love those 12-time winning mares. Family. Horse knows how to win.
Pop them up, Pete. Keep going.
She was 4 for 8 on the dirt sprinting. Yeah, really some strong works over this racetrack. I think Barry Lee will be ready. He's had everything ready, has Horacio De Paz. Okay, here's my late pick 5 ticket, $54. We're going to go a little bit deeper today. I think there's a lot of value in here. We're going after a nice, healthy pot. Going with the 2, Barry Lee, and the 10, your video spotlight horse, stand to get it started. One More Great Time. 7th race, 3 horses, 3, 10, and 12. We're going to spread this race. I had a lot of trouble with 6 deep in race 8 with a 1, 2, 4, 5, 9, 10. 3, 5, 6 in the 9th. I'm on Billy the Bull. One time, brother. Can you do it again? I know you're going to be on the lead. Just got to hold on for dear life. $54 ticket. Stan, you got a ticket as well, right?
I have a ticket. And, we're putting all the pressure on Billy the Bull. Let's get Billy in front. Let him go all the way. Let's say there's my late pick 5 ticket. I'm going to go 4 deep here in races 6, 7, and 8. They're very competitive. Nice maiden special weight here in race 6 to kick it open. I'll go with the 2, 6, 8, 10. So 4 deep here in races 6, 7, and 8. Race 9, I'll narrow it down to the 2 favorites in there. It's a nice allowance feature going 2 turns on the main track in race 9. I like the 3, American Road for Linda Rice, your favorite. Maybe the 5, Hill Shadow, who will be second choice in there. Maybe Hill Shadow can pull off the mild upset. Xavier Perez aboard for Robin Graham. So 3, 5 there in race 9. And then I'm keying on Billy the Bull. He's going to go right to the front. He's a 4-time winner on the grass here at Laurel Park. This 7-year-old in top form right now for your leading trainer, Kieran McGee. So we're both keying on Billy the Bull in race 10.
Indeed. You look at his record. He's like Ricky Bobby. Either the first or last. He's going to the front. They got to get him. And Kieran just puts the fear of God in everybody. Says, go ahead. I'm going to put him right in at that level. you want to reach in the ground. But talking about your video spotlight horse, I went back and watched that again this morning. It was a really good effort. This horse, the 10 horse, one more great time for Jerry Robb. Showed speed, dropped back, looked like it was all beaten on the turn. Really found new life the finer quarter of a mile. I think this horse will move up second time out. And Jerry Robb, a trainer, very capable with the 2-year-olds. You know, through the years, been one of our better 2-year-old trainers.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so we're in agreement here. 2, 10, 8, and I like the 6 a little bit. VIP code, first-time starter for Schoenthal by City Zip. Should have some speed. You like the 9, Dirty Foot. Yeah, very disappointing. What happened last time? The Dirty Foot.
Dirty Foot kind of broke a little awkward last time. The blinkers went on, and that could have frazzled the horse just a little bit. We see the horse really rushed up 4 wide, got the lead, went quick, and faded late. This horse probably come out a little bit more composed, maybe a little alteration with the blinkers. Expect better effort. Great try in the debut behind He Hate Me.
Sure. All right, so a nice group there. Maiden Special Weight 2-year-olds to kick off our late pick 5. Let's turn the page here. Race 7 to start the late pick 4. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the Fort Marcy turf course with the rail at 87 feet. Filly and Mares claiming 16,000. Never won 2 lifetime. Now here's what's going on in race 7.
Yeah.
Scratch the 1, Isabella Rocks. Scratch the 7, Faith and Works. That's going to draw in 2 important horses off the AE. The 11, Linden Inn, draws in at 6-1. And also my top pick draws in the 12, Brenda Bella, 4-1. Javion Toledo aboard for Kieran McGee. Brenda Bella draws in. That'll be my top pick. A good-looking win. First off the claim, last out for Kieran McGee. This 4-year-old daughter, Straight Magician, has some early speed. She gets the outside post today with Javion Toledo. I love the 4, Brenda Bella on top.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, the 12, Brenda Bella, I love on top.
Nice improvement. You got 8-1 last time out. First time Kieran McGee. Says, okay, right there. He does it the right thing. Placed in the right spot, a 53 buyer. I like to kind of look 3 wide, set down at the 3/16. Had plenty of horse around the turn at any point when he wanted to go. He went with her. She responded. I think she'll take game of the other speed horse, the 3-choice prospect. But truly hot, though, is a horse for Trombetta. I kind of like in here getting away. Trombetta's horses are running well, getting good prices on the Trombetta runners. Blinkers come off is half sister to Purely Hot. It was 2 for 4 sprinting on the turf. And look at some of these records. Turf sprints, positive ROI. Synthetic to turf, almost a $6 ROI. Sure. Truly Hot, maybe your little slight upset shot in the 7th. I do like Brenda Bella, though, Stan. Second time here for Kieran.
All right, so I overlooked the 10, Truly Hot, making her turf debut. Today gets a good outside post for a hot trainer, Trombetta. We both like the 3, and choice prospect, going to be speed from the inside here. Good second last out at this level to Bayshore Drive, who would come back to win.
Yeah, called a field last time. They didn't quite have as much speed, and she took advantage of it and ran very well, yielded very late. Brenda Bella's going to have her in her sights, though, around the turn, no doubt about it.
All right, let's take a look here at race 8 to kick off the late pick 3 here on our 10-race program. Race 8, we're going a mile on the Kelso turf course with the rail at 35 feet, claiming 16,000 for 3-year-olds or older horses. Never won 3. I think the 9, Mr. Ben, sitting on a big race today here. So a 5-year-old son, a Ghost Zapper for trainer Phil Schoenthal. Steve Hamilton gets aboard. This will be the 3rd start in the new barn here. Schoenthal claimed this 5-year-old back in May, early May. On the first race back this year off the layoff. Rodney Jenkins had the horse last year. He's a proven horse on the turf around here. Laurel's a 2-time winner on the grass here at Laurel Park. A good comeback effort back in early May at this level. A good second that day. Primetime man. The winner would come right back to win. And then the turf sprint back on June 18th. That wasn't his distance, but still made up a lot of ground. A good 4th that day, and then a decent 4th last out against Tougher Company, against Starter Allowance Company. I think it's a class relief today, and this will be his 4th start back this year. I think the 9, Mr. Ben, sitting on a big race.
Yeah, he ran some better races last summer over this turf course. He finds himself in a lot of these races way far back. We're shortening up to a mile, but sometimes, that it sharpens that run. He has a decent run of 5.5. Maybe the mile is going to be the key for Mr. Benz. But looking at this race and the way it kind of develops, I think Bird Humor. I mean, he's had a great trip last time, got clear and lost. I'm going to try him one more time. It's been so hot. His course might be a little bit firmer, might carry him just a little bit. I spread way deep in this race. I think I went 5 or 6 deep in the pick 5. A number of horses have a legitimate chance. I would not leave out the 2, Mr. Magician for Trombetta. He's kind of a sneaky price shot. Ran up behind No Knock Raid, who ran right with, he's right with Mr. Benz in that sprint race. This is a horse that's run okay. A couple sneaky good races at a distance of ground. He stayed saves ground every step of the way here from the 2-hole, and don't know what to do with the 1, Sweet Soul Music. Real head scratcher with Guadalupe Preciado.
Coming off the layoff, he gets the lead rider Victor Carrasco to take the call there on the 1, Sweet Soul Music. I throw that one into the mix. The 10 I like. I had a check mark on the 10, just couldn't get to that runner. Reed Nagel having a good year. He gets Caramanos aboard this horse. A game effort last out, was in front, turnover home. A good third. I think my thinking was this horse kind of gets a little, likes to have a stalking mid-pack kind of trip. Maybe Caramanos gets caught a little wide around that first turn. But if he can tuck in and get a good position on that first turn, the 10 Bird Humor, it could be real tough. I throw the 8 Yorkie in there at a decent price, 8-1. Throw this horse into the exacta for trainer Lacey Gaudette. Second start in the new barn here for Lacey. She gets Javion Toledo to stay aboard. Toledo was aboard in that race late June. That was against a tougher starter, Allowance Company. Gets a class relief today. Yorkie with the win on this turf. Broke his maiden last November, going 2 turns on the turf here at Laurel Park. That was when the horse was in the Lacey Gaudette barn. So let's see if Yorkie can get back in good form now in the Gaudette barn.
Yeah, this is a race that could hold a real key, to your later, your pick 6s, pick 4s, pick 5s. This is a tough one.
I'm 4 deep there in race 8. Let's take a look here at race 9. Feature of the day here. First level allowance contest going a mile and a 16th on the main track here, and the 3 and the 5 are going to be your heavy favorites. American Road, the beaten favorite the last 2 starts here in Maryland. A good second at Pimlico in the mud 2 starts ago, but a disappointing effort last out at 6-5 against First Level Allowance Company. Maybe the 7 furlongs was not his distance, so maybe he had to go a little too fast early in that race going 7 furlongs. He's getting back out to a distance where maybe he can relax early on with his early speed. I use him second. I think the 5 Hill Shadow sitting on a big race stretching out for Robin Graham.
Hill Shadow, got the better of American Road last time out. I still think more money's going to come in for the Linda Rice horse, and you said the key word was relax on the front end, Stan, and I think he has a little bit more gate speed than the rest of these horses. I think he can go ahead and try to clear away that opening, quarter of a mile, and if he can get away with that, maybe get off the inside. He was pinned down inside against the grain of the racetrack on the 17th of June. Maybe he can kind of carry that speed. He's run a couple bang-up numbers. I still thought he would run better last time. I didn't like the way he kind of gave in so quick, even though he was against it. But I'll come back with one more shot. I think Uncle Woodrow, he's a 5-time winner against a bunch of horses, 1-time winner, 3-time winner, 1-time winner. So Uncle Woodrow is proven. He's run against some good starter Allowance Company horses. Good enough number. I know, albeit in the mud, 2 races back at Laurel. But he certainly fits in this other than.
Coming off a little bit of refreshing. Hasn't run since mid-April, but a nice 5 furlong bullet work here at Laurel, July 3rd, a minute and 1 flat. So the 6, Uncle Woodrow, I respect that runner. I respect the connections. Toledo aboard for Jamie Ness. I'll use that runner in my top 3. But I think the 5, Hill Shadow, sitting on a good race here. So well-bred, homebred for the Wright family. Robin Graham's done a nice, patient job with this horse. Didn't get to the races until he was 4. Had a good year last year as a 4-year-old. Then finally broke the maiden this year, coming off the layoff as a 5-year-old. A nice win in the mud at Pimlico against Maiden Special Weight Company. Then a good second at this level last out. A good come from behind second. You see the time, 1:22 and 3. That was a fast time last out, going 7 furlongs. Got an 80 by your speed figure. I think this son of Macho Uno loves to stretch out to 2 turns today.
This horse, going back April of 2016 on the Wayback Machine, ran okay. Going long on the turf, was able to stretch out. I like you get patiently handled 6 furlongs to 7. Now out to the mile and 16th. The right progression of races. Looks like he's going to get a great tracking spot. The only thing that scared me, sprint the route, 0 for 31, 2 sprints to the route, 0 for 8. That was my biggest hindrance to get past. But he looks like he's set up now to run the best race of his life when you really kind of break it all down.
All right, so he'll be about second choice in the betting. So
Yeah,
I'll go with the 5 Hill Shadow,
could
pull off the upset. But if American Road can get back to some of those, I got a 93 with that win back in early April here at Laurel Park. If American Road gets back to that number, he'll be tough to beat. Horacio Caramanos, Linda Rice, we know how dangerous they are around here. All right, one more race to go here. Race 10. This is a nice race here. Claiming 15,000, 3 and up, wide open, 5.5 furlong turf sprint on the Fort Marcy. Rail at 87 feet. And let's show you Billy the Bull. What a nice 7-year-old this is. We're going to show you his entire last race from gate to wire. He set some blistering fast fractions. He went the opening quarter. This was against Open 20,000 Company at Laurel back on June 9th. It was only his second race this year. He's 2 for 2 this year as a 7-year-old. He's a 4-time winner on the grass at Laurel Park. He gets the lead here. Opening quarter, 22. How about the opening half? 43 and 4. That's
Just
moving.
Yep. And look at the 4 to the rail, though, Stan. Running third. He's back in at you again. Our Independence. A little check and is steady. I really thought that was going to take a lot out of that horse. Billy the Bull gets his own way, but I got to give some credit to Our Independence that day. He's going to be the 4 horse this afternoon. He really looks like the main threat, but Billy the Bull, watch how he does it, though. He just cruises out there on the front end in those internal fractions, 22, 43, and 4.
Look at him. He's getting a challenger right there. He's got every right to throw in a towel, but he kicks in another gear. He wins by what? He wins by 2.5 going away. Gets a 92 Buyer's speed figure. That's a career best at age 7. Kieran McGee has this horse in top form. Angel Serpa was aboard last time. He's back aboard today with that inside post. They go right to the front and play catch me if you can.
He's such a cool horse, man, Billy the Bull. You got to love it. Our Independence looks like the main thread. They are the 2 fastest horses consistently at this distance on the grass. If anybody's going to come and get them, Bluegrass Ball, the 7 or the 6, here's Johnny.
All right, nice turf sprint to wrap things up today. We'll all be watching Billy the Bull, the heavy favorite in that race. Big carryover today. Don't sleep on it. Race 6 is going to start that late pick 5 carryover, over 8,200 in today's late pick 5 carryover. Always that low 12% takeout, so that'll be played well in race 6. Should be a nice card today. 10 live races, a bunch of races on the grass.
I saw my man Dennis giving us the old high sign, and he brought the umbrella. That means no rain.
No rain when he brings the umbrella. I like it.
That's the high sign there.
I like it. Okay, all right. Dave Robin, he's coming up next. We'll have today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.